dear, you sure took a beating this time, huh?
Thanks for the cramps.
Very nice. Bye-bye now.
Bye, see you next month. Now that my Aunt Flo has left, I thought I'd finally show you some of the lower body workouts that I do. This is a pretty consistent workout. I just hate doing lower body workouts with her being around because she's literally a pain. These are pretty straightforward workouts, but just because they're straightforward does not mean that they're not as intense. It's not a no equipment workout because I do have a squat rack and a barbell set and some plates. The total weight that I have right now is 95 pounds. My body weight can fluctuate from anything between 99 pounds to 102 pounds. So it's close, so it's not exactly my body weight. I just do anything between 75 pounds to 95 pounds. I don't change much about my workout other than add more reps, or I just add more sets depending on how I'm feeling, and just making sure that I'm still upping my intensity every time I work out. Also, this is by no means telling you that you should be doing these exact workouts, just these are the workouts that I have found to be the most effective for me, and this way of working out has I found to be the most effective for me. So just see what works for you. I think that's the most important thing whenever you're working out. Lower body or not, I always start out my workouts with an ab workout, for which you need a mat. This one's by Athlenex. It's for 6 minutes, and it's 6 minutes of pure hell. But you know what? I want my V-cut. We start out with some figure eights.
Every time we come to the top, lift.
Not so bad, right? Pretty easy. It gets worse. The figure eights are just to trick you into thinking that you can do the exercise, because they're followed by hands back raises, which you have to do for a full minute, and by now you're really feeling it in your abs. And you're probably thinking there will be a rest after this, right? Wrong, you jump right into twisting pistons, which you have to do for a full minute again. After 2.5 anti-pride minutes of load on my mortal lower abs, Jeff Cavaliere finally gives a 30-second rest, which is then followed by the evil daughter of hands back raises, seated abs circles on the left, which also happens to have a right-leaning twin sister. Regardless of their political affiliation, both are out to test your patience and kill you because you have to do them for a minute straight. No rest and you jump straight into scissor V-ups. At this point, it's a mental game. How bad do I really want that V-cut? Is it worth the pain? I mean, I went through all this pain throughout this workout. I'm not just going to give up in the final minute. And it's that determined inner voice that will take you into the final 30 seconds, which is 21 crunch. By the end of which you'll be calling Jeff Cavaliere every name in the book. None of them nice ones. After a minute's rest, I take my resistance band and warm up for my lower body workouts with 30 banded squats and 30 lateral walks on each side. The point of these warm-up exercises is never to tire your muscle out, but just to wake it up and be like, hey, get to work. And then it's time to set the stage for ladies' favorite lower body workout. Can you guess it? The hip thrust. And also, if you're here to see some ass shots or some TikTok leggings, please don't expect that out of this video. This video is solely for my lower body workout and none of that garbage. Please go watch the YouTube shorts for all of that stuff and go get some help. Okay, back to the video. Sorry, I got distracted. Stupid YouTube shorts and TikTok leggings. Over here I'm doing some banded hip thrusts. I just think it's a good idea to do these before you move into the weighted hip thrust, because it just helps you get familiar with your stance and know where you're feeling the engagement in your glutes the most. As I move into the weighted hip thrust, I just make sure to check that the bar is equidistant on both sides. Ooh, fancy word. So over here, I'm seeing that the bar is a little bit further away, and I'll just pull it closer. After all my warm-up shenanigans, it's finally time to do the weighted hip thrust. The max weight that I have right now is 95 pounds, which is what I'm doing over here. Here I did 4 sets of 15 reps. I sometimes do 5 sets of 15 reps, depending on how much I'm trying to do for the day and how I'm feeling. I know people mostly aim for 12, but I just think whenever I'm at 12, I can do 3 more, and then it really hurts. So I'm just going to do 15 instead of 12. Just go the extra mile. I'll just take a 2 to 2.5 minute rest between each set, walk around aimlessly in my apartment. Because my glutes haven't quite reached their true pain potential at this point, it is time to do deadlifts after 2.5 minutes of rest. Important thing I've learned about deadlifts: don't pull the weight like this or like this, because then you're just using your arms and you'll end up throwing your back out. You're supposed to push your weight into the ground with your legs and feet as you pull the weight up, and then have your glutes and upper back, so basically the bigger muscles of your body, engage and carry the weight as you do the deadlift. I do 15 reps for this one as well, but over here I'm starting out with a lighter weight because it had been a week since I'd done deadlift and I didn't want to injure myself. After doing 2 sets of 75 pounds, I finally move on to 95 pounds, and this one really kicked my butt. So you'll see me struggling over here with the 95 pounds because it had been a week since I'd done deadlift and I was really struggling to finish off this set over here. So you'll see me take pauses, but I'm okay with pauses because I don't want to throw my back out or injure myself just because I'm trying to finish a rep. I'd rather do it right than do many of it. After deadlifts, it's time for the final burnout session, which I start out with the Band-Aid hip thrusts. These I do till failure, longer pause at the top, just to really feel that burn in the glutes. And it really hurts, but that's the point of a burnout. It's supposed to burn you out. Oh, and more burnouts. So these are again leg lifts, lateral leg lifts, whatever you want to call them. Just on the side with a 10-pound weight. I just do 2 sets of 30 on each side just to really feel it on the side glute, which people are trying to get rid of these days for no reason, but I just think that's a pretty untrained part of my bum, so I would just burn it out because I feel like it. And then just end with a couple of nice stretches for your hip flexors and hamstrings. Here's a couple that I do. And remember, you're supposed to stretch after your workout. Anyone who tells you to stretch before the workout shouldn't be telling you that, because you're just supposed to do a lighter version of the workout before you work out and then the stretches afterward. By the end of this workout, I am ravenous. I will eat the couch in my sight, but since I am not a dog and I cannot eat a couch, I will have to get some almond milk and whole milk and mix it with some Ovaltine just so that I can get enough strength to get some strawberries and yogurt out of the fridge. At this point, I'm sure some of you are wondering, ew, why is she eating out of the carton like that? What if she has some people over and they really want some non-fat yogurt? Well, first of all, bold of you to assume that I have people come over to my house. That carton was almost empty, so I'm just finishing up whatever was in it. I'm the only one in this house who eats non-fat yogurt. I have a bowl in this house, you guys.